Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning if you're still on the West Coast. It's 11 a.m. over there, but 1 p.m. here, which means it's time for another Race to Play broadcast. My name is Lynn Kenchlow, and today we'll be bringing the GT3 Sports Car Challenge. Very interesting set of cars right here, and let me do an audio check right here. This is a new microphone that I have, and in levels, sometimes it just goes all haywire. I knew there was some reason that I wasn't using USB microphones, but I digress. Play with the buttons a few bit more. In the meantime, yeah, that works. Okay, in the meantime, let's switch over real quick. We're going to do the driver standings. Here's the top 20 for the GT3 Sports Car Challenge on Saturday. As you can see, Conor McCarroll's up top with 54 points, followed closely behind by teammate Tristan Bayless in the Atlantic Racing Machines. Then a couple of points back, you'll have Luis Severa in the Mudgley Racing car. This goes through the top 20. Currently 40 drivers have attempted this series, going from pretty much 54 all the way down to 0 points. Switching over to team standings, only 9 teams have so far attempted a race under the team rules. Typical Race2Play team rules apply. To take the top 2 drivers divided by 2. If you bring more drivers, you run a higher risk of the math fuzzying up. As you can see, Atlantic Racing has dominated these points right now. We got a 21-point gap over the Mudgley Racing Machines. Going all the way down to IGN, who has a grand total of 1 point. Not too terribly bad. And here's the rules for this particular series. I see I have double typed the start type, but in the weather, that happens. This is what happens when you do Photoshop 5 seconds before the practice. But anyways, basic scoring, yep. I got all sorts of double typing all over the place. But anyways, enough of that. Here's the track map for this week. We are in Silverstone. Race 4 of 6 for the series. Start-finish line is sort of up there by club. Go through some of the various different sectors. Each of the red arrows should indicate where a sector loop is. And let me try this little button right here and see if we can get into the game. Because everybody loves watching the game. And that won't work, so we'll have to do the hard way. There we go. We're jumping in right about where qualifying starts. Looks to be 6 minutes have already... Well, actually 4 minutes have already elapsed in the session. So far, a couple of guys have attempted to take multiple times. Right now looking at Zach Ulleren's show. Appears to be one of the first cars to take a time. Go on board with him. Looks like the first time is going to go to Tommy Kivitz. Currently in at a 2:06.101. Times scattered all about from 2:06 down to about 2:19. There is no 1:07 rule in effect, so everybody that shows up gets to race. Zach's time in relation to the leader, about a 10th off. Oh, Tristan Bayless, 2:03.695. Very quick lap on, probably a very low fuel setting. Also no park from A, so I would expect that some of the guys up front are using qualifying setups. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. A couple of corners to go for Zach. Coming around to the start-finish straight. And he's gonna clock in second, 2:04.114. That's about 4/10 off, and he immediately escapes out. Just take a look somewhere down the field. We have Luis Silveira, currently I think it was third in points, in a custom Ferrari with that devious canine muttley on the hood. Down the front stretch. If you've been with us for the Formula 1 race here a couple of weeks back, you'll know this is a modification of the ISI stock track, so some of the old cameras still floating around in here. Luis. And of course, Steinbeck decides to talk about other cars. Come on, work here. There we go. Somebody through that sector 2, looks like. And Tristan Bayless goes. Oh, that's an old time. Saw a new time pop up somewhere and got lost. Down the front stretch goes Luis. This is a slow time. Probably had a self-spin somewhere, just trying to get back up to speed. 15 seconds off the leader's pace. We have Remy Grusin here. Currently in at a 210 flat. In an Audi. This series is based loosely off of the FIA GT3 series, so there are various makes and manufacturers in this class with different characteristics. The stretch currently, the top 3 times actually at the moment are BMW Alpina B6s. Interesting. They're followed up behind by a Porsche, a Ferrari, an Audi, a Lambo, and more Ferraris. 2 minutes to go in the qualifying session. As of right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... About 6 guys have yet to take qualifying runs. 27 cars here out of 40 signups. Pretty decent turnout, I would say. And somebody's going off somewhere. Little smoke here in the last chicane area. Easy to close it up. Oh, that's a Audi that's going off to the side of the road. I have no idea who that is. Might be this guy. Pieter Rousseau. One of the Audis. Getting ready to close the time, it looks like. Or not. Stopped in the middle of the road. Bit to go. Peter Simon. Not sure what he's doing right here. He's on the old straight. Let's look around. Mark Hardy in a Porsche. Specifically a 997, currently in at a 207.846. Good for 12th quickest. About halfway up the field. Oh, little power slide out of that Porsche. Although, is it really a power slide if you're sliding entering the corner or exiting? It's a slide. We'll call it that. Time's up. Finish your laps. And of course, the little thingamajig in the lower right-hand corner is going to go all wonky. It doesn't know how to handle ending the session. It's going to say it's like 596 days, 31 hours, 23 seconds, and how many tenths? Oh, don't you just love technology? Luke Manny in a Corvette. Forgot about these. Sorted down the running order to 13.508. And that is the old stretch. That's the one thing I don't get about this modified version, is they forgot to unpaint the backstretch. It looks like Ivan Andreev just clocked in at 211.903 for 20th quick. So unless one of these guys on track has anything for Tristan Bayless, I think Tristan's got this pulled real easy. Somebody's spun off somewhere. Ah, Juan Lopez. Currently 27th without a time. Oh, hey, there's Tristan. Hi, Tristan. Hi, Tristan. Ah, that's the front stretch. And that last lap didn't count for Tristan. So, looks like Ivan here is not going to take a time. An Audi. Oh, Patrick Lang managed to jump up to third quick. It looks like in an Audi, so that's going to break up the all BMW top 3, but it's still a front row all Audis. Waiting for the session to trip over. Hopefully it doesn't break like it did a minute ago. It went to the next session and I got left behind in the practice. Have I been left behind? There it goes. It triggers next session. Huzzah! R-Factor has crashed. Spy sapping my stream. Alright, let's quickly log back in and see if we can get back in here. This sometimes happens. It's technology. What do you expect? We'll get in here. Hopefully it's still in the warm-up session. If it crashes again when I go in, I'll have to take away the graphics. Assuming I can find the server. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. Come on. Work with me, damn it. There it is. Input password. Cross fingers, hope it doesn't crash. Do. Well, there we go. Moment of truth. Hey, it works. How about that? So, hopefully, cross your fingers that it doesn't crash going to the race session. Otherwise, we will be a bit SOL on graphics. I can always switch back to spectator mode and go do it, but you're not going to get any of the cool TV overlays. And apparently I can't type with a lot of things going on at once. Well, that's the end of the warm-up. Hoping and wishing. around, see if anybody's doing anything interesting. Here we go, next session! Hey, it works! Huzzah! Okay, so here we go for this race session. Straight up standing start. So pretty much everybody's going to flash their headlights on the grid. Give you a quick rundown of the top 5, starting on the front row. Tristan Bayless, Zach Alrenshaw in Alpinas. Then Patrick Erling, Conor Mercaro go to row 2. And we're out of time. Here's the lights. And away we go! Tristan gets off to a pretty clean start so far. Push the button into turn 1, and everybody goes everywhere. 2 cars sliding off behind the barricades. Can't see who those guys are. It's Zach and Simon. Pretty clean elsewhere. Let's take a look through the back of the field. Cars left, right, all over the place. Through sector 1, 3 wide. It's not gonna work. Oh, oh. Through sector 1. Cars quickly scattering about left and right, trying to find their own little space on the track. For the most part, except for that little incident up front, everybody's clean. Field separating out into about a 17-second peloton with Zach hanging off the back about 36 seconds. Connor locking up the left front, looks like that's going to bring Kivitz and Lang into this little battle right here. Swing van. Oh, somebody spun off somewhere. Watch for the name that drops spectacularly. Or not. Oh, Connor a little bit wide going into that turn. Loses 2 slots going into that. That promotes Kippett's up to 12th. He's currently got a gap of about 2.5 seconds to overcome to get to Tristan Bayless. Let's drop back at the field and see where Zach's run off to. Oh, it looks like Ivan might have been the spinner in question that brought out the earlier yellow light incident. And last time, the opening lap for Zach was a 2:47 with the standing start in comparison to Tristan, who's at a 2:11. That's with the standing start, so we'll have to see once they come back around the comparison of lap times. We'll have to watch Zach come up through the field. Let's see who else we can find. We got Juan Lopez here, 35 car. Run sideways. Manages to keep it together, but losing a little bit of ground. This is some to Juan Miguel Campos front. Oh, 2 cars go off in front. Louis Lintz and who else was that? That went off with him. Might have been Ivan Andrev. Oh, there he is. Peter Rasul. Check back on that momentarily. Somebody else has gone off somewhere. Peter Lang locking up the right front. Or at least one of the front tires. I'm not sure which one's which here now at the moment. Just trying to get to Tommy Kivitz. That is the battle for the second position. Looking down at the field, utter good fights at the moment. 3 wide right here. That can only work so well. Luis on the inside of Rude. Asked to give it up, or either that or Black dove it in there. Sure, the Bentley's fastest lap of the race so far. Oh, and Campos tries to go around the outside. Muttley, do something. See if we can catch this. Whoa, Pietro is a pirouette. See if we can go back. No, we've already gone too far. Anyway. Looks like Zach Arlenshaw's already made his way up to 19th. He's working on 18th right here. Dives to the inside of the zone. Nicholas gets the pass made. Last lap time was 2:05. 0.821. Doing pretty good so far, considering the start. The next guy up front is doing it. Last did a 2:16. So that is going to be a that's going to be a no contest. Whoa, Simon! Don't get in the road. How do they do it? Moving along. Let's see if we can find a good fight zone. Well, how about a battle for 20 seconds? Seems Lewis Lintz and Ivan Andreev pretty close to each other. Jason Bayless resets past lap 2:04 flat. Doing pretty excellent at the moment. None of these cars really have standardized cameras, which is kind of annoying. A little bit of right front damage for Lewis. Step up here. Got Mark Hardy on the rear bumper of Thomas Grenier. This is Porsche going up against an Audi up front. Makes a move to the inside, but not close enough in the initial apex of that corner. Going for him in the carousel, and hey, look, it's Zach. These guys right here are currently doing 209s to 211s, and Zach's doing 205, so this is could be, excuse me, I'm coming through, thank you very much. Momentarily. Oh, car goes off into the old front stretch, turn 1. Ooh, these guys gonna get real close to each other. That's fender rubbing right there. Oh, we get the first DNF of the afternoon. Tommy Kivitz has apparently experienced disco fever. He just suddenly leaves the game, his car is DNF, so that is a disappointing result for him, unfortunately. Pietro Brusov is also going out, so no points for those guys. Thanks for coming. Cars all over the place. Right here, Cardi under attack, and ooh, gives him a little shove on the way out. Hi, how are you doing? That's Pitcher Simon. coming through in Ferrari. This is nothing up front. Tristan Bayless has already walked off to a 4.9-second lead over Patrick Lang. Cars are pretty much scattered all over the place. Car furthest back is Ivan Nevigu. I just don't know much of that name. He's about a minute more back. Cars pretty much circulating around the track pretty evenly. Best spot on the track for a fight right now is this one. Blanc Brood defending against Joan Ferrer. This is a Lamborghini trying to overtake a Ferrari with another Lambo behind, Juan Miguel Campos. This is actually a 4-car track. There's Zach. He's 12th. Hi. Can I come through, please? Ooh. 4 cars in about 4 different lines through that one turn. Probably in anticipation of somebody falling off. And speaking of falling off, there goes Campus. Off to the side you go. Black gets it loose, gets stuck in the gravel, and away he goes. Come on board, Zach. Gonna dive to the inside. Getting the run. Gonna get that position real easy. He's gonna try to go for Blanc Brood. Thinks better of it. He's up to 10th. He's gonna get him right here. Excellent work. Let's see. Pretty cool camera shot right there. He's gonna go after Blanc Brood again. There's Campos. After that little spin, he's down in 17th in between Gazal Nicholas and Lewis Lentz. He's gonna go after Nicholas, but this is a Lamborghini versus Audi fight, and around wide goes Nicholas. Loses 2 spots right there. Oh! That was uncalled for right there. Went straight off and nailed Lewis in the door. Ow! That could have cracked a rib. Ouch. Okay, moving right along. Here's Fast Schwarzenball in a BMW going against Mark Testine. This is a BMW versus Audi. And it looks like Nicholas is going out with an accident, and Remy Gruson, Disco Fever. Back to 10th. I'm gonna try this first name right here. Guillemot Blanc. Defending against 2 guys. This is a Ferrari versus a Lambo versus another Ferrari. Ferrer goes to the inside. Ooh. 1-lane track, and they took 3 different lines through it. Number 13. And if you happen to be watching this broadcast on replay, I apologize if I've butchered any of your names. I'm only a kid from Texas, so sometimes these accent names are interesting to try to pronounce. I'm more. A lot of curve there. Fair. Let's take a quick look at the top 10 or so cars right now. Tristan Bayless way out in front in the Atlantic Racing Machine. He's got a 5-second lead over Patrick Lang in an Audi. Then another 2 seconds back, you're going to find Connor McCarroll in another BMW. Does this one got a Atlantic scheme? Yes, it does. That is not car 34. That is car 5. In 4th place, 25 seconds back, so we're talking about an entirely different zip code here, is Bass Swartenbol. About 3 seconds back of him is Mark Stain, finding a nice little niche to run in. Then a little further back, you're going to find the Ferrari of Victor Sudo, then 7th. Carlos Ortiz goes around. He's right here up the road. Blue Silva is going to take it. I think that creepy thing very much. And then Zach Oldenshaw marching his way up from the front after a turn 1, lap 1 incident has sent him all the way to the back. He's going to catch Lewis right here for the 7th position now. Wait and see when Zach makes his move. He's going to make it right there as Lewis goes wide. Not really much of a contest. It's basically a wait and see if Zach can actually catch some clean air and run equivalent or better lap times than Tristan. But Zach's about 50 seconds back, so it's going to be a hard march to go through with about 15 minutes complete in the race out of 45. Back at 9th, we have Peter Simon and Carlos Ortiz. He's apparently blowing the motor in that thing. He's going to finish 22nd in this event. Then we have Blanc Rude in 10th, Joan Ferrer 11th, and Mark Hardy's going to round out the top 12. Maybe. In a Porsche. Already 5 cars out of this race. The aforementioned Carlos Ortiz, Bizol Nicholas, I apologize. Remy Gruson, Tommy Kibbitz, and Pietro Ressolf, the last 3 names, Disco Fever. See if we can find a good fight right here. That's not a fight, that's a lap down car there. Alright, here we go. Back to this one, since we seem to be constantly going to this. 3 different ways to go about it. Is mine the correct way? I see Bass is going to slide down the water. What's going on here? Oh, in the gravel. And is that the lap car reviving? Yes, it is. Oh boy. He's going to have a whale of a time trying to get out of there. Look inside the car, see if we can get temperature reading. It's a digital gauge, so I don't see anything. Finally gets out of the gravel trap, and he goes from like top 5 to 12th. See if we can take a look at this on the replay. Space-time rewind. This is the corner in question, I think. Oh, straight up punt from the lap down car. No question about it whose fault that was. But anyways, no sense complaining about it now. Back live. Best fight on the track is this 3-car battle for the 9th position. Ferrer still trying to chase down Blanc Rude. Ferrari versus Lambo versus Porsche. Sneaking up on the back. Oh, Blanc Rude goes wide. Carousel. And Ferrer's going to try to clear him. Yes, he can. So Ferrer gets 9th. There's Ivan in front. Be careful, guys. Ivan, for the most part, is going to stay to the inside line, but goes speed. Oh dear. It's like watching nuclear disaster, you know? Ivans, where is Byrne? Runs wide, stays out of the way. Thankfully, doesn't collect anybody else in that one. Patrick Lang in second, just ran the fastest lap of the race. That was a 2:03.98. By contrast, Tristan Bayless has only done a 2:04 flat. So about a couple of tenths quicker. So the gap is stabilized up front to about 5 seconds. We'll see if that closes up any. Boom, Farrer goes wide. Gives the position back. And then Moncrief locks it up in that turn, goes a little bit wide himself, allows him to close right up. Moncrief goes wide through there. Can I find a good camera angle with this mod? Good grief. I don't know if we just stay on the outside. Right here. Watch for the best seat in the house. Mark Carty on board. Ooh, 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 ooh. That was ugly. Real messy. Oh, Tristan Bayless resets fast lap 2:03.826. 10 quick knocked off there. Gap up front goes to 6.2 seconds. Lots of defending for position right here. Farrer goes to the inside. And Carty, whoa! Gets chopped off. That's not nice. Oh. Keyboard. Brood. Get it done right there. It's gonna be on the outside for the chicane. Ooh! Body slam! And Brood's gotta pay the price. Thankfully, he's not gonna collect anybody with that. Good grief! Frustrated much? Let's take a look at the damage. He was whacked in this door right here. That's a pretty stout little Lambo. I don't see a dent in it. It's going to allow Zortenball to get up in the mix. Got around Carty there real quick. Shall we go back and look at that again? See if I can get this to work. This is about 60 seconds in the pass, so I'm going to have to wait a couple of corners. Yep, pretty much body slammed him. And then just loses it all on his own. It will. It happens. Looking for another fight. Everybody seems to have stabilized. Bass is doing pretty good. Zach up to 5th, battling Toussaint for 4th. On the outside, and Zach's got a pretty stout car. They're gonna go rubbing tires, but that'll set Zach up for the inside of the initial chicane. Toussaint has no choice but to give up the position. Zach runs a little bit wide, trying to make that work. He's down 52 seconds, currently running 2:04s. That last lap was a 2:05.312. Best lap was a 2:04.216 about 2 laps ago. So he's got some distance to make up. But now he's got some clean track in front of him, and with about half the session complete, maybe he can knock about 20 seconds out of it. You never know. Thomas, haven't talked much about him, doing pretty decently in the Corvette. Best lap was his most recent one at 2:08.584. Right now, that is the best running Corvette in the field, 13th. Take a look elsewhere for the manufacturers. Tristan Bayless, obviously in the lead, is the highest running BMW. Fastest running Audi is second place Patrick Lang. For the first Ferrari, you have to go back to sixth place Victor Suto. Further down the running order in 10th is Joan Ferrer. First Lamborghini. The aforementioned Fon Thomas in the Corvette. And strangely enough, Mark Hardy, up in 11th, is the best Porsche in the field. And there's your top running order for the manufacturers, and somebody's gone off somewhere. Watch for the name to suddenly drop on the list. Oh, it's Luis Silveira. Off in the gravel. See anybody around him. Maybe just flat got loose and ran off to the side. He's got his headlights on for some reason. We'll wait a few moments and back it up, see what's happening. We'll lose 10th to Cardi. Space-time rewind, all by himself, and can't quite get the transition to go. Do a little self-spin out of Lewis, it happens, but you left your headlights on. Thank you. This is right now the best spot on the track for a fight. Cardi tries to get underneath. Has to defend against Black Rude, who's back for more. Ooh! Not close there, aren't you? Still that big old dent in the middle. That looks good. Porsche in the middle of two Ferraris. Big number Corvette lurking in the back. Looking at... Oh, Cardi goes around. Can't make that transition either. Gets stuck in the middle of the road. That's a nice clean spot to go, though. So that's going to promote these guys up a slot. Blanc Rude pretty quick for the midfield, but somewhat inconsistent. Times usually tend to vary by about a second. Right now he's got a rear view mirror full of Fon Thomas and makes a mistake. That lets Thomas all the way up to 11th, doing very well so far. The gap up front, down back to about 5.4 seconds. Tristan ran at 2:05 a couple of laps ago, and that allowed Lang to capitalize. Tristan just crossing the start-finish line now. Let's take a look at the gap now. It's back up to 6 seconds. So this is a very consistent gap. Somebody went off somewhere. Coming down to the final third of this 45-minute timed race. Currently, the leaders have done 14 laps. Give a quick rundown of the cars on the lap. There's about 14 of them. Tristan Bayless leading from the start and so far showing no signs of letting up. Patrick Lane is in second, about 5.2 seconds now. And it's about another 5 or so seconds back to Connor McCarroll. Off in the next zip code, we have Zach Orenshaw working his way up to 4th, but he's run out of cars to pass, so he's probably, unless something catastrophic happens to the top 3, this is about where he's going to finish. Mark Chastain is a full minute back of the leader in 5th. About 5 seconds back on the road is Victor Suto. Peter Simon is 7th. Past Swartenbolt in one of the BMWs is 8th. 9th place, Joan Ferrer. It's about a minute 30 back. So he's about 3/4 of the way from going a lap down. Luis Severa in the Muttley machine. Looks cool, but he's about a minute 43 back. Von Thomas top 11. Still defending against Gunamir Blanc-Rude. These guys still moving it out. 4th position, and Boss is going around. I think he lost 8 to that one. Anyways, back at the ranch. Ooh, Von Thomas gets a little sideways on the acceleration. That allows Rude to get around 11th. Mark Hardy in lucky number 13th place. He's about a minute 51 back, and then last car on the lead lap is Juan Miguel Campos. You can probably see Tristan Bayless in his rearview mirror. Let's see. Oh, he's getting there. There's Hardy. There's Campos way down the road. He's catching him, slowly but surely. Of the cars not on the lead lap, there's about, I count them out, 1, 2, 6 of them that are 1 lap down. Then you have Ivan Grio, who's 3 laps down. Let's take a look at the lap down cars. You got Louis Lintz, Juan Lopez, Thomas Grenier, Gary Murray, Andre Brathwaite, and Ivan Andreev. Looking around for another fight. Pretty much is right here, this little 3-car fight for the 11th position. Is the best thing going. Although they've managed to sort themselves out somehow. It's a Ferrari, a Porsche, and a Corvette. 3 different schools of thought in terms of car design. Good night of it. We have Peter Simon in another Ferrari. He's apparently gotten around Victor Suto, who seems to be missing some body work. I think there's something supposed to be there besides emptiness. But I digress. And looks like to be Ivan Andreev, getting all kinds of in the way. Oops, and I want to push that button. Coming down to the final 10 minutes, the gap up front is still about 5 seconds. And they haven't traded a fast lap in a while. Now he's trying to catch a BMW. Use that in the background. Campos was going on lap now. There's 13 cars on the lead lap for this sprint race. Let's pick a fight, shall we? Best spot on the track right now, judging by the times. Right here, who's gone off? It seems to have cleared itself out. Probably just somebody slid sideways. Got to go in again. No big deal. This is still for the 11th position right here. Fastest lap, 2:03.675 for Patrick Lang in second. That's going to take some time out of the time. And by Swartbowl DNFs. That has all the hallmarks of disco fever. As his name simply says, he's left again. The car has been stored in the garage. That happens right after a DNF. It usually means you've lost connection to the server. And somebody's lit up the board. Not sure where. But he goes away quickly as he came. So, video. Top 12, all separated by about 2 minutes. Hey look, Bon Thomas has found Tristan. Problem is, it's in his rearview mirror. Ooh, Cardi locked it up pretty good. Or was that a big epic slide he didn't want to admit when he saved it? Wait, hey! Watch where you touch me. I'll file assault charges. Can you file assault charges at this point? I don't think so. I think it's something called protest, but I digress. That's going to put this little fight right here between Blanc Rude and Cardi under the microscope as Tristan Bayless tries to clear his way through traffic. Patrick Lang has cut the gap down to 4 seconds. Seconds, I say. That's, if it was minutes, he'd be 2 laps down. Gap down to 3 seconds. Patrick Lang resets fast lap, it looks like. As Tristan is stuck doing a 204.918 in comparison. Lang did a 203.643. Lap traffic coming into play right here. Tristan's able to get around Cardi. Sets the sights for Blanc Rude. Wishing and hoping nothing happens. But you never know. I'll go over to Tristan and see how he handles this track. Somebody's going sideways somewhere. Patrick Long gets around Cardi as well. Oops. That's what I don't like about cameras on rails. They tend to go backwards. LaRue goes wide. That's going to allow Cardi to get a chance at that position. Can't quite get it done. Gap in the front is down to 2.9 seconds. Laps complete in these final 5 minutes. Christian Bayless just ran a 2:04.9. Comparison Patrick Lang ran a 2:04.1. Gap is coming down slowly but surely, but we've only got enough time for about 3 laps, so you have to wonder if Lang is going to have enough time to catch Christian Bayless, and if he does, is he going to have enough to do anything with him? For the most part, Tristan is out of lap traffic to deal with. Next car up is about 20 seconds up the road from him. Well, actually, I take that back. It's about 15 seconds. That would be Joan Ferrer, who's currently running 2:07s, not going to be a factor. So I think, unless Bayless makes a mistake, he's not going to have a lap car to deal with. If there's one right there. Can only really tell who's where within the lead lap group, as all the cars one lap down are just going to show as one lap down. Gonna have to take it real carefully around this guy. Last lap for Lang was it? Yeah, we already covered that. It's 2-4. Gets around pretty cleanly. So does Lang, although I would have to wonder about that rolling chicane right there. Coming down to the last couple of laps, looks like best spot on the track for a show. Right about here. Ooh, that's loud. Peter Simon's trying to chase down Mark Stain for 5th on track. They're separated by about a second, and Bayless. Last lap was a 2:04.2 compared to Patrick Lang. This is 2:04.164. The gap in front's back down to 2.9 seconds, but I don't think Lang's gonna have enough time to do anything with Tristan. In the final 3 minutes, not enough time for 2 more laps. Both Justine and Simon locking up tires going into that one corner. Down into the closing minutes of this event. I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out if you enjoy what you're seeing and you want to see more. Got a couple of pages you can come check out. You can come to subscribe on Twitch TV. Just hit the button that says follow or subscribe. I forget which is which. On YouTube. At Raiciano. You can check out that Facebook page right there, like that. I may have some stuff over there too. But in the meantime, gap up front down to 2.5 seconds. Tristan may realize there's not a whole lot of time left, and he's got a decent enough gap to relax a little bit. Gotta make sure you get that car home in one piece, but also have to be careful if you change your pace that you don't go wandering off the track. Because if you do, that's going to basically throw away the entire race for you. Coming up on the last minute. Last lap for Tristan Bayless was a 2:03.9, so much for the theory about him relaxing. But Patrick Lang, 2:03.635, that is a reset of the fast lap. Oh, look at that lap down car trying to get in the way. Who was that? That was Andrev. And Lang can smell the exhaust from Tristan's car. Has to be able to. On board with second place As Andreev goes wide. And is that Andreev? Yep, that's Andreev lighting it up. Backstretch. Actually, this may be the last lap. That's the old front stretch. And they're not going to be able to get back around in time. 5 seconds to go. This is the last lap, basically. There it goes. Finish up this lap. The system says gap's down to 2 seconds. Tristan's gonna try to hit his marks perfectly going into this next set of corners. Smooth as silk. Silk. Silk, I say, silk. Also the name of a type of soy milk. A couple of corners to go. Patrick Lang's gonna catch him, but he's not gonna have a chance to do anything with him. Tristan Bayless comes off the final turn, goes to the inside, and he's going to take the checkered flag and the victory in the GT3 Sports Car Challenge Series at Silverstone. Final gap from first to second is 2 seconds flat. Honk the horn. Connor McCarroll currently third, off at his own zip code. 25 seconds back as of right now. Lewis Silver finishes. And there's Connor. And Connor's... Ow! Okay, we didn't need that car for next week. Tristan doing a nice turn out. He's gonna try some amateur drifting. That's really slow for a drift. Zach Ollerchaw finally gets across the line in fourth, about a full minute back. Basically waiting on the rest of the lead lap to finish the round. Waiting on Peter Simon. He's in 5th place. Gonna come across the line successfully and lock himself in. Very nice. Victor Sudo soldering on Sans right front headlight. Doing quite marvelously. For a car that's sort of broken. Gets in. Total race time for Tristan Bayless was about 45 minutes and 43 seconds. And Tristan has made his way to the garage. Joan Ferrer manages to finish, and where his Toussaint wandered off to. Last car on the lead lap is not the last car on the lead lap. He seems to have wandered off into a space-time void. So, disappointing result for Toussaint. He's going to go one lap down at least. Hopefully he stays up there in 8th. Because if he doesn't get credited for this last lap and it knocks him all the way down, he's going to go at least to 18th, which is going to be unfortunate. So with that, we have the top 3 podium finishers. We have Tristan Bayless winning the race. Patrick Lane comes home 2nd, and Connor McCarroll 3rd to round out the podium. Finishing the top 5, Zach Olenshaw has already left, and Toussaint's car is DNF'd and is going to slot right in at 8th. Peter Simon in the first of the Ferraris, 5th. Check the rest of the manufacturers. The first Lambo is Joan Ferrer. Top 10 finish for the first Corvette, Fon Thomas, and that seems to be about it for the manufacturers. And who is that that just went buzzing by? Do I want to know? I don't think I do. So with that, I believe we are just about done. I don't see anybody in the TeamSpeak that would want to be interviewed, so it looks like that is going to be it for this event. Very interesting series, I believe. Very entertaining. Good turnout for the view. 26 cars thereabouts. So a good run for everybody, I believe. So with that, we're just about done. So for Race2Play, Tim MacArthur, Todd Weiss, all of the stewards, the race winner Tristan Bayless, and the rest of the podium, my name is Link Kenchelo. Thank you for watching this broadcast. We'll see you next time, whenever that may be. That's a good question. Let me go look at the schedule. Sounds cool.